You ever read a short story that just gets under your skin? One that uses just a few words to hit you with this massive emotional punch? Well, that's what we're doing today. We're going to take a story like that, pop the hood, and see what makes it tick. So let's deconstruct this thing and figure out how it builds such a powerful world and an unforgettable bond, basically from scratch.
This right here, this isn't just a title. It's the whole story in a single sentence. It immediately sets up the core conflict, right? You've got this huge, crushing darkness of a broken world, and pitted against it are these two tiny, vulnerable little lights. Everything that happens from here on out is going to serve this one central idea.
So, first things first, let's talk about that broken world. In this story, the setting is way more than just a backdrop for the characters to run around in. No, it's an active, breathing force that shapes absolutely everything.
And the author really pulls this off by treating the ruins like a character in their own right. They aren't just empty buildings. They feel haunted, They have this presence, this personality, and it's just filled with sorrow. It's almost like the city itself is mourning everything it's lost.
And this is where the magic happens, with these tiny, perfect details. The author doesn't just say there was rubble. They give us a doll missing an arm, a broken chair. These things aren't just props. They're like little miniature tragedies, tiny stories embedded right into the landscape. It creates this profound sense of history and loss.
But here's the twist. The world isn't just sad, it's actively dangerous. So the setting shifts from being this mournful character to a straight-up antagonist, a source of constant physical threat. And that's a huge shift, right? It totally raises the stakes for our main characters.
You can just feel the tension in that line. The danger isn't some big monster they have to find. It's woven into the very fabric of their world. Every single shadow, every crumbling wall could be the end. This creates this relentless background hum of anxiety that our characters have to live with 24/7.
Okay, so against that oppressive, dangerous darkness, we finally get our two fragile lights, the boy and Lina. They are the complete opposite of the world they're stuck in. They represent hope, and more importantly, human connection. And their relationship, it's like two pieces of a puzzle that fit together perfectly. The boy, he knows the ruins. He knows how to survive. He's the protector. And Lina, she provides the reason for that protection. Her trust in him gives his actions meaning, and her own quiet strength shows she's not just some passive damsel in distress. They need each other to be whole.
Now, what's really amazing is that this deep bond is built with almost zero dialogue. Think about it. In a world where everything has fallen apart, maybe words have failed too. So their connection is proven through actions, through quiet moments, through shared survival. And honestly, that makes it feel so much more real and powerful.
I mean, look at how much work this one little sentence does. In a single glance, we see everything. We see her vulnerability, that fear, but we also see her absolute faith in him, that trust. It's a masterclass in show don't tell. The author shows us their entire dynamic without having to explain a thing.
So you've got this powerful bond, but is it strong enough? Well, a connection like this can't just be stated. It has to be tested. And that central conflict, the attack, it's the crucible. It's what's going to forge their connection into something truly unbreakable.
Let's just walk through this action beat by beat. First, the threat appears, that growl. And what's the boy's first instinct? Not to run, but to protect. He steps in front of her. Then he finds a tool, he fights back, and then he uses his knowledge of the ruins to get them both out of there. At every single step, they're working like a single unit, focused on one thing, mutual survival.
And you know what makes this scene so great? It's that little glimpse we get into the boy's head. It says, panic rose in his chest, but he forced himself to stay focused. He's not some fearless action hero. He's a terrified kid who is making the choice to be brave for someone else. And that makes his actions 1,000 times more heroic.
Okay, so the adrenaline is gone, the immediate danger has passed. And what comes next? This is the real heart of the story. The aftermath of that attack is where the emotional core of this whole thing is finally spoken out loud, cementing everything that's been built so far.
And this is such a crucial point. Surviving that attack wasn't just about not dying. It was a shared trauma that fundamentally changed their relationship. They didn't just escape a monster. They proved to each other that when things got really, truly bad, they could count on one another. Their bond is officially battle-tested.
After all that chaos, all that silence, these are the first words Lina says. And think about what she focuses on.
It's not about the monsters. It's not about the fight. It's about the fear of being abandoned. Her greatest fear wasn't being attacked. It was being left all alone. And with his actions, he just defeated that fear.
And boom! There it is, the payoff. The boy's response isn't just comforting her, it's a declaration. It's a new rule for their entire existence. This is the exact moment their unspoken bond becomes a spoken, unbreakable promise.
So this brings us full circle, right back to the beginning. The boy and Lina, they are the title now. They fully embody it. Yes, they're fragile, but their connection, their bond, it creates a light, a small pocket of humanity and hope that's actively pushing back against the broken world around them.
And that's the question the story leaves you chewing on, isn't it? It suggests that maybe true survival isn't just about drawing your next breath. Maybe it's about holding on to our humanity, to connection, to loyalty, and finding the courage to be a light for someone else, no matter how fragile that light might be.